And as you can tell from the title, from the thumbnail and everything, I've got something to say. I've been letting some of this out loose on some of Tony's stream, but I figured about time I let loose on it on my stream. And whew, yeah, Yellowflash, all the stuff going on currently with him, not a surprise. Not a surprise whatsoever from what I've always observed. And as far as when it comes to Comicsgate, I've observed so much over the years. I've never been a part of Comicsgate, not officially, although by their definition, everyone who has an issue with mainstream comics is Comicsgate. And yeah, that's not how it works, guys. You cannot just simply claim, oh, we seem to share an ideology. That means you're part of the group. No, by default, no. You do not get to make that decision as someone is in your group by default. No one does that. No one at all. That's one thing that's always bothered me about Comicsgate. They say, you share some of our viewpoints? You're Comicsgate. Welcome, brother. It's like, no. I don't want to be anywhere affiliated with you guys. But like I said, I have been observing this community overall since before it even got the moniker of Comicsgate. Back when it was Captain Cummings and England Teen and so many of the other early people before EVS came on board. And I remember how it used to be. How it used to be a case where people could come on in. They can have some fun. No, I was never fully Comicsgate, Puddin', Albus, whatever, Han Solo. I was never fully Comicsgate. I might share some viewpoints and calling out woke stuff, but I never went to the degree they did. And I still have stuff I was enjoying. I still would have books I would read. I would still have, saying stuff like the mainstream comic is not all shit. Why else would you think I would push back on that? Now, at the start of everything, yes, comic books were a lot worse. It was clear they were circling a drain at that point. Eventually, we got the all new, all different Marvel. What is Comicsgate? What is woke? I'll be getting to that, Puddin'. I'll be getting to that. But like I said, I was there in the early days. And I remember it was a case where people were just speaking their mind, trying to get what their issues were out there. No one was tagging in pros or anything like that. It was just a case where they're like, yeah, let's talk about the bad books. Let's promote good books. Move the Needle came about from a lot of this stuff. And again, there was good stuff being talked about back then. And then I remember Yellowflash. It was specifically Yellowflash. Tried to do a whole list of people we need to blacklist. Here are creators we need to blacklist and tag them in. He started posting it everywhere, tagging people into it. And basically, I remember OGCG told him, knock it off, dude. It's not what we're about. And he begrudgingly stopped because at that point, he didn't have a voice. He didn't have anyone backing him because the majority of OGCG were like, no. And they were the ones who kind of called the shots. People respected them. Then your boy Ethan showed up. And then afterwards, Yellowflash started butting up with him. And then you had War Campaign and everything. And everyone started following hey, Mr. X, how's it going? Start following Yellowflash's methodology of let's tag the pros in and tell them off. Tell them you're a hack. You slept your way up. And that's where it started. And that's when I stopped wanting to have anything to do with it. Like, I was this close to saying, yeah, I'm Comicsgate. Once they started that stuff, I wanted no part of it. Absolutely no part of it whatsoever. Because that's not what I wanted. That's not what anyone should be wanting. Anyone who basically feels like we should be assholes to the creators, they'll tell you that they didn't want anything to change. They just want to be assholes for the sake of being assholes. Changing stuff does not mean telling someone, you're a hack, you suck. And I still remember things starting to go downhill from there. Then you had the big debate between Eason and Englentine, where basically Englentine was kind of forced out and everyone started following Eason. And then like I said, War Campaign started becoming more the norm, where again, tagging people in. Tagging them in and being an asshole. And I remember distinctly talking to Tamara Bonvillain once. And this is around the time your boy Zach was starting to become more big and he kind of would call out creators. And she and I had a nice little private talk back and forth. And I still remember it, where I was pointing out stuff like, well, you cannot deny this and that. And she's like, well, no. And I'm asking, did he at all tell anyone to come after you directly? And she's like, no, I admit he never came and told me to go after him directly, but he could do something to rope and to calm him down, to which I'm like, you won't hear an argument from me. At the very least, he could say, don't be going after them. That way, and he can disavow anyone. Fortunately, these guys don't want to disavow anyone. That's the big problem of all. But eventually, as time went on, and it started becoming more about, once they started doing the crowdfunding books, again, that's when they stopped talking less about comics, unless it was to grift. And that led to my biggest problem of all. Them bringing up comics or anything they considered woke to the grift. I still remember Yellowflah, she was saying, I don't know much about Doctor Who, but I'm going to talk about this crap. And it's like, how do you then know if it's woke or not? Most of the time, he had no clue. He was just going up on what his other people were telling him to do, so then he can get super chat money. Once it started reaching to that is when you knew these people were not to be taken seriously whatsoever. And, oh, okay, Mr. X. Okay, Mr. X. I get that part. People like Mags are the exceptions, though. They're not the norm. And yes, there are plenty of comic creators who are being brought in who are such thin-skinned type of individuals. But I've always been of the belief of, one, you know how they're going to react. Why say anything to them? You're not going to change their mind. Why say that all? Just things like that. But like you just said, you never engage with other creators. Not much of a point. Well, I've engaged with plenty of creators. How do you think I've got a bunch of them on my shows? That's a fair point. That's a fair point. But like I said, when it came to like Scott Snyder, I still remember Scott Snyder told me how Yellowflah would, for years, Yellowflah would keep bringing up about some incident with Scott Snyder, completely taking way out of context, but he'll keep bringing up saying, Scott Snyder hates us. Basically the way of saying, Scott Snyder hates us. Here's an example of why. From years ago, this is why we should still keep dumping on him. Things like that. It's like, no, you shouldn't bring up one incident from years ago and keep on saying, this is why we don't talk. You don't do that, because then people can do that to you guys. People can do that to you guys. They can bring one incident, but don't you guys expect it like, oh, those are exceptions. Come on, guys. Ignore that. It's like, no, by your logic, by your fucking logic, you guys should be able to if you did one thing wrong, it should haunt you forever. But no, they expect them to be able to get away with everything they've done. They should be a way to be able to say something wrong, have a blow up in their face, and be like, hey, we're sorry, forgive and forget. But if it's a comic creator, hell no. Yeah, definitely. Not much point to yelling at them ain't gonna be real productive. Exactly. It's like whenever I have Mark Waid on my show, I'm not gonna bring up any topics of Comicsgate. Why? Because I know how he's gonna react. I don't want to talk to him about that. I want to talk to him about his books. I want to talk to him about the fun stuff. Anyone who tries to do stuff like that is trying to go for a gotcha. They're trying to go for I'm going to get a rise out of you so then I can use it for myself. And again, people like Yellowflah were one of the ones who really pushed that. And then, again, as time went on, I still stayed around Comicsgate. Why? I thought I had people who I consider friends. Nowadays, I kind of question the majority of them. Like, I was still good people because they knew what a nice guy I was and everything. But I'll never forget, the day that turned me against everything was when Tug flat out told me, right to my face, when I said about Donny Cates saying how, hey, I separate art from the artist. I'm not going to trash his stuff for his personality if I think the writing's good. He flat out told me, people like you are part of the problem. And he never apologized, really. He never really apologized to me for that. After that, I realized, you guys have lost it. You guys have completely lost it. You guys do not care about what's good books or anything. None of them do. Not really. We've reached this point the past few years, as I have said many times before. They come in and they look at stuff and they try to find stuff to be outraged on. And if there's not much to be outraged, they'll feign being excited for it. But the moment somebody considers woke, they will jump on and say, see, I knew it. It's always what was woke. Superman Lois, prime example. First season, adored it. Second season, so they had a trailer where I'd say, like, you're asking me to give my seat to the government. I give it to the world long ago. It's woke. It's anti-American. Crap like that. Then you have people like heel versus babyface. I'm never going to let it go. How when Stargirl started out, Jeff Johns' show, Stargirl, how the moment we had Wildcat and Midnighter, Best Chable and Yolanda on it, and what did he do? He tried to claim these were created for the show for woke diversity points, not proving he had no idea whatsoever that these were characters created way back in the 80s. He had no idea whatsoever that these were long-established characters from that heavy history that Jeff Johns was utilizing, maybe to fill a quota, but at least it was an already established character. He didn't have to change anyone, but because as far as he knew, there was just the white guys. They're changing the white guys to diverse females. It's like, no, you idiot. This was done long ago in the 80s. Thankfully, hardly anyone listened, but I will never forget that because Mr. fucking Pronouns just had no idea what the fuck he was talking about, trying to get people to just turn on the show because he thought, for some dumb reason, that these characters were created for the show. I mean, my God, people. My fucking God, people. What makes these guys think they can represent what fans really want when they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about? Let's take Eric July, for example, as well. Another thing I'm never going to forget. He had a thumbnail to show people who were race bent and everything. And who did he have on there? Who did he have on that? He had Bloodshot. Bloodshot from Suicide Squad. Why? Because for some dumb reason, he thought that the white version of Bloodshot or whatever, the second one, I should point out, was the original and that they had race bent it. Not taking into account the fact that that version of Bloodshot was actually the second, like I said, the second one, who was a white supremacist who wanted to actually appropriate the identity of it because it belonged to a black guy. But nope. And then, of course, when I remember Nerdette pointed it out to him, what did he do? He just removed the thumbnail. But the fact that, again, he was that stupid. No, I'm not talking about Deadshot. I said Bloodshot. Or whatever his name is. Hold on. Bloodsport. My mistake. Bloodsport. Yeah, he thought Bloodsport was white and that they race bent it. No, like I said, Bloodsport was black. The white version was created as to take pot shots at white supremacists who wanted to appropriate a black man's identity. That was the point. But of course, Eric July, there's a white version? That must have been the first version. What the hell? I mean, seriously, this is a guy who keeps claiming he knows his comic stuff. He knows jack diddly shit. Mr. I'm going to come up with my own definition of words, so because my followers are too brain dead to take anything but my word as the gospel. So they're going to believe everything I say because they seem to think I am their oracle who knows exactly whatever word that's coming out of my mouth must be true, that he's never wrong. But yeah, exactly. He co-opted the mantle for a racial agenda. In the second one did in the comics. But again, that's the fact that he thought that the white one was the original. Because I guess he thought any character that was white at one point, the whitey must have been the first. What does that say about him? He didn't even bother to look. He just assumed, oh, Whitey must have been first. I don't get the logic at all. Seriously, guys, I really do not get the logic of these people. But anyway, back to Yellowflah for a second. You want to know my biggest problem is with him? Besides the fact that he is the one who started all this, let's harass the creators. Well, he's one of the first. He was one of the ones who kept on trying to discourage me from doing any of my YouTube videos. I still remember he tried to tell me, don't bother doing it. No one wants any positive comic stuff. They just want to talk about the crap, what sucks, nothing more. He kept on discouraging me from trying to do my own YouTube channel, or at the very least, follow in his footsteps. Things like that. That was always the biggest thing that bothered me the most. Just a sec. But yeah, that was always the thing that really truly got on my and that really bothered me the most, was him trying to say, don't bother. Or if you're going to do it, be like me. It's like, I don't want to be like you. I don't want to talk about nothing but drama. I don't want to keep on saying all comic books suck and I want to stab it with a knife. I don't want to do any of that. Because for me, I want to talk about the books I like. Find your comic book joy. That is a phrase I still believe to this day. Find your comic book joy. It could be whatever's coming out currently. It could be what's in the past that you haven't read. That's what I believe. Why talk about crap when that's all it's going to do is get people ticked off and riled up? Yes, okay. Yeah, exactly, Mr. X. Anyone only talk about the negatives will end up with a blood pressure problem. Exactly. That's why I've been choosing to do my own thing. But the fact of the matter is, it always bothered me that he dared to try and say, don't unless you're going to be like me, basically. It's like, why? I don't get it. And again, my biggest problem with Comicsgate is that eventually, once they started doing the fact that you cannot, this is from the loudmouth anyway. And unfortunately, majority of the people I used to consider friends have become these delusional loudmouths. Cambot, so many others I could list. These were people I used to trust. And here's the other thing. It reached a point where I was feeling like some of these people are going too far. Like, I called out Liam Gray once to Optimus Deadpool. Guy affiliates with Piper and everything. Oh boy, Piper, yeah, I used to have stuff, have her on my show back in the day. And then one day, then they threw me under the bus. It was because I distanced myself from them. Hey, Foxy, how's it going? I understand. They threw me under the bus because there was one day where I hardly talked to any of them. Then I knew Tristan, Nerdette, had some issues going on in the community. So I reached out for them. Exactly, Bianca, back in my day. But as I was saying, I was asking them to help me out. I had no idea that Piper had been going through a lot of issues. I had zero clue because I said I just stopped talking to people by that point. But then eventually, what did they do? They had me, and they started talking about me. Hey, Tris, how's it going? And I had no idea what, and then they badmouthed me. They trash talked me, saying, why bring up about Nerdette when Piper saying, why should she bring up about Nerdette when I've gone through my own issues? And I'm like, I had no clue. I honestly had no clue whatsoever. And then they brought up how I used to talk in DMs, and they discussed my DMs with them, saying how I complained about Liam Gray and everything. And this was before Liam was persona non grata there. And I basically they're saying like, oh yeah, he's ridiculous, saying, oh, he can't handle. I'm like, fuck you guys. I can't say anything bad about Comicsgate, pointing out the issues. Fuck you guys. That was the other thing that went way too far. Was after that, they just started treating me like I was in the wrong because I didn't side with them. Because I called out people that needed to be calling out, but because it was their friends, those who are among them, I was in the wrong because I dared to, yep, I got this still, Bianca, just don't have it on. But like Piper, you remember Piper, Tris? Fizzy Diggy, I believe she went by. Or whatever her name was. She was the one who kind of made those elf ears and everything, really glammed herself up because people thought it was so hot when it really wasn't. But yeah, she's been on my show once before. But yeah, basically, she was one of the other girls up Comicsgate who ended up, thanks to Mandy, started to really slut herself up pretty much because it got her attention. Exactly. If I care about something, I should be able to critique it. And this still reminds me of when Mandy, okay, you want to know the moment Comicsgate truly sold out? It was the moment they started promoting Mandy. When Mandy, because beforehand, they used to have standards. They used to say, we can't do it because that doesn't match our standards. Mandy Summers shows up with Wart the Wizard, the original version of Wart the Wizard. Looked like complete ass. But because the girl had big old titties and was all titillating to the viewers, oh, let's bring her in. Let's bring her in. You're like, wait a second, guys. Exactly, Mandy the new. And Tris, you remember that, right? You called her out, basically saying how what happened to the Comicsgate standard, and that's everyone turned on you. I still remember that clearly. And basically after that, that's when Comicsgate sold out. The moment they started saying she has a bunch of TNA, she's on board because we want to be titillated. Forget about quality at all. That was the moment that Comicsgate sold out. Was the moment they just started focusing on that. And then ever since then, she's been able to get other artists on board, but showing that she does a lot of knockoffs, a lot of stuff she comes up with. I mean, granted, I'll give her props for being very much able to get stuff out. I will give her that. But most of the stuff she has is not that good whatsoever. And thus, I would criticize the work if I ever bother to look at it, which I have no intention of, because it doesn't appeal to me whatsoever. But that was the moment these guys started feeling like we must defend those with what that we favor, even if it means sacrificing quality. That's when it became less about we want to prove we can come up with quality products and became more about give me money so I can show out this crap. Then you had that solo book, whatever, that Geeks and Gamers, I believe, or Fandom Menace was trying to do. That's whatever solo, Han Solo book. And you had that. That was a complete disaster. That was one of the first Comicsgate books to get out that wasn't your boy Zach's, if I recall. Boy, oh howdy, was that a mess. I still remember that. They basically printed up, like they sent it out like a magazine where it was printed and the back page had the mailing stuff. And it would just ship out, no bags, no board, and you would get it in a trash state. Why? Because it was treated like a magazine, not a comic book. But again, who cares? They got the money, they could put it out. And then they had to do a Take-Two campaign because it was such a disaster. And again, that's the moment when you really look back, really truly look back. These people started pushing out YouTube merch, and it was actually a good product. That's the biggest problem. They started pushing that out there because they just wanted to make money. They could put out they could shit on paper and put it on out there, and woo, they could be and people buy it. Why? Because they are pushing out their confirmation bias. That's the biggest problem. They push that, and these people follow them not because they agree with whatever hot take they're giving. And so many of these times they're giving hot takes out that have no context, or it pushes their own agenda. Heck, I started being quiet for the longest time because I'm like, I don't want to get involved. You guys want to know what turned me around? Master of the Universe Revelations. Why? Because I thought it still looked interesting because I did more than just watch the original cartoon. I watched so many other versions. I was curious. I was interested. It came out. I watched it, and it proved that most of the stuff they claimed was complete bullshit. But they kept moving the goalposts, claiming, "Oh, technically it's right." It's like, no. They kept saying Tila was going to become the new She-Man, that Madam was going to step aside and let her do it, that she was going to be in a gay relationship, things like that. When that didn't happen, she still had liking for Adam. She wasn't in a gay relationship. Oh, they'll claim, oh, but it was clearly there. No, it wasn't. If it was there, they would have made it more blatantly obvious. Why would they be that subtle? And Tila became the sorceress, something she was always supposed to become since the earliest days. But again, these people don't want to listen. They just want to take anything they have. It's that image. Like, I'm mad. Here's a way to resolve it. I don't want to resolve it. I want to be mad. That's what these guys want. They just want to be mad. They just want to be mad because mad is what gets them off these days. They get off on being mad. They get off on outrage. They don't want entertainment. They just want something to be mad about. Hey, Steph, how's it going? But yeah, they just want to be motherfucking mad. Seriously, they just want to be fucking mad out there. They just want to be, they don't even care at all. They don't care. Because if they did, they would stop pushing lies, claiming stuff like, oh, all comics suck. All the big two books suck. No, they fucking don't. And they're getting better now, but they can't ever afford to claim they're better. That's the funny thing is, they were originally trying to be, we want comics to be better. What happens when they're better? They can't afford to claim that they're better because technically they wanted a war that could never end, a war that would never end because and be able to claim because they needed to keep on getting the money from their confirmation bias. That's the biggest issue. They keep on wanting to just make these claims. So many of them out there keep on making these claims. Why? Because again, they can't afford it to stop. They can't afford it to stop. They can't. They literally cannot. And they know that their followers won't listen and won't listen to anything else. They won't look into it any further. They will only take what these people say at face value. Again, it's a cult. It is a cult, and each of these YouTubers they follow are the cult leaders. They're the ones who be saying, listen to me, only to me. Anyone else is lying. And that's part of the reason why I couldn't stop anymore. Stop being quiet. Because this became a problem. This became a royal problem when it started seeping into other people's channels. When it started coming up to people who were saying, oh, that's not the definition of token. This is what Eric July said. Like, that's not, like he admits he's coming up with his own definition. That's not the proper definition. You try and tell him like, oh no, that's our definition. And not everyone's gonna know your own fucking definition. Yet you expect people to know your fucking definition, follow it? How's that any different from the SJWs? Who change definition and expect people to be mind readers and know what the new definition is. How are these people any different from the SJWs that they complained about? How? Somebody tell me how. Please, for the love of God, someone tell me. How are they any different? Because they'll tell you they're not. All right. What do I think is worse? Faking outrage for attention or literally being outraged? I think it is arguably worse when people fake it. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Again, people like Yellowflah have faked it so much. They have faked it so much. I'm surprised these people keep on buying what they're selling. If it was someone faking having an orgasm, I'm pretty sure someone would realize something's up by now. So at the same time, how can faking outrage be able to tip people off? Like the Yelpers in South Park episode who all thought they were leading their movement. Pretty much, Pika. Yes, exactly, Trish. They're right-wing SJWs. That's what they are. They're not anti-SJWs because seriously, like I said, originally, The whole point of this was to get good books out there. But partway along the line, they gave up on it, just simply saying, the big two are history. They're going to be destroyed. They're going to collapse. And we're going to rise from the ashes. Like, no, you idiots. If the big two collapse, so goes most comics. You're not going to be able to survive on your own. And I've said this many times before. So many of these guys, they live on an island. An island they think represents the whole world. That's why they keep on thinking that they represent all fans. They keep on thinking that they represent all the good people. And it's like, no, you fucking don't, you dumbasses. For one thing, so many people, these guys are showing just how, whether they're meaning to or not, they feed into those people guys saying they're a bunch of racist bigots. Why? Because it's reached a point where even if it's a new character, even if it's someone original, or even if it makes some sense, if they're female or gay or black or whatever, even if it's a new character, it sucks. It sucks because we just know. You're like, how can you know? Because it's being created. It's like, they're shoving it down our throats. It's like, but you guys said you would accept, give a new character a try. No, they're shoving it down our throat. I want nothing to do with it. Like, then you guys lied. Then you guys motherfucking lied. You guys lied when you claimed you would give something a shot if it was a new character. You guys motherfucking lied because you knew that if so, and you, or at least you originally thought, these assholes thought that if the big two were never going to come up with a new original character. They were going to change everyone. But the moment they started doing new original characters, they had to be pissed off. They had to complain. George, this is not an open mic. This is not an open mic. And Carrie, I'm fine. I'm just letting this all out because I've been bottling this up for a while. I am fine, Carrie. I just need to let this all out. But yeah, seriously, these guys just do not get it whatsoever. They do all this stuff because they keep on thinking that, they are just catering to their audiences. That's all they do these days. But yet they still act like they are the harbingers of the fandom. They are not the harbingers of the fandoms. If they were, and they gave up on harbingering the fandoms, instead, they are mining it. They are mining it for people who are fed up, who need somewhere to vent, and then they'll throw money at them. They will just throw money at them. And it's just, my God almighty, these people just cannot, they just cannot shut up. They never will shut up. And they keep on acting like they're right. They are, yeah, exactly. Speak back to Yellowflah. How many, exactly, and Carrie, exactly. They're the same as the people they bitch about from the mainstream. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, seriously, back to talk. How many people got so sick and tired of seeing crying waterfall tears Kevin Smith or jacked up Ray for almost all of his thumbnails that even had nothing to do with Star Wars or Kevin Smith, but you kept seeing them in there for whatever reason. Those things kept disgusting me seeing, especially bulked up He-Man Ray. It's like, what the hell is that? And then, but yeah, seriously, and then these guys keep on acting like all good creators. Hey, Hooded. But yeah, these guys keep on acting like, for example, all creators are woke creators. All creators suck. Everything they touch sucks. Yet you try and bring up Jeremy Adams, Joshua Williamson. I remember even bringing up Jeff Johns to people, and they're like, nope, unless, I still remember this one idiot. You're going to love this. He basically said, unless he praised Trump in his writing, in the actual comics they're working on, he's a libtard SJW. That's pretty much what the guy said. Unless he praised Trump, that even Jeff Johns, who has been shown to be pretty calling out both sides as it is, must be a far left FJW. Like, my God, the fact we reach people this ignorant because they are just, again, They don't care about comics. I don't think many of these people in Comicsgate ever truly did. Because here's another thing, observing from the old days. Majority of these people are saying that they stopped reading around the 90s. They stopped reading around the 90s. And then they came back because of EVS and some of the others. Yeah, exactly, Carrie. Exactly. Late books, bad quality books, spending hours on YouTube bitching. Exactly. And like I said, look at some of the good books that are out there. Marvel's getting back on its feet finally. You know what I mean? They started getting back on their feet finally with stuff like JMS on Captain America and all that. Oh boy. When I was on Tony's stream and I got into a debate with Niobe Comics, who keeps on acting like he knows like all comics suck. He kept on saying that with absolute certainty, all comics suck. I then brought up saying, you're wrong, you know. And I brought up JMS as Captain America. Who the hell is JMS? Really? Who the hell is JMS? You are someone who acts like you know everything about the big two. And yet, then I said, oh, he wrote one of the best Spider-Man runs up until he was forced to do one more day. And he said, and then he was like, oh, I only know one comic. The last one I did was when Peter David was on the title. What? So why are you like you're some person with great in comic knowledge if you stop reading that far back in the 70s or 80s? You know what I mean? And that, it's like, seriously, you stop reading that far back. Yeah, you act like you know all the good books where you have no idea about why JMS being Captain America is such a big deal that you're just going to immediately label it as woke shit. Shut up. And that's the problem with so many people. They don't know what they're talking about whatsoever. They keep on claiming they do. And yet if you actually nudge at them a little bit, then it just, then you see the flaws. You see the flaws and realize, why should anyone listen to you? Why should anyone listen to you? Now, granted, I will give Niobe that. You're right, Tris. He loves the books he's working on. But as far as him being the type of person you would claim as an arbiter of comics, hell, I know what I'm talking about a lot of times, but even I would say, don't take my word for it. I'm just giving you recommendations. It's up to you to be able to like it or not. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying these books are great and you better read them. Just like these guys are saying, just like these guys are saying, these books are sucks and don't you dare read them. They're all terrible. No one should read these books. I mean, if that were true, I'd be calling out a lot of the indie books that you love, Tris, so much and be like, eh, not my thing. Oh no, I'd be like them saying, oh, I hate them. They suck. When I'm like, no, they're just not my thing. These people just, seriously, again, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Carrie. Niobe's have a guy who will come on there saying, don't read them. That's what these guys do. They come in here and act like they know all about the comic and saying, don't read them. Why? Because they're competition and they want to take away from it. But here's the thing, though. Have you ever noticed that most of the big two, yes, there's some idiots who are saying, oh, I'd rather torch the like Mark White saying, I'd rather torch the comic industry down than work with some of these people. Fair enough. Fair enough. And that's fair enough. Oh, hold on. I just got a super chat. But it justice tipped. Hold on. Seriously? Okay, I think that's Puddin because I know Hood has been wanting me to rant so much. Why would he then tell me to stop ranting? Exactly, Hooded. I'm pretty sure that's Puddin because you're the one who's always encouraged me to yell and rant. Well, I'm doing exactly that. I figured, Hooded, I figured. But again, of course, my God almighty, though. It's dealing with these people. That is why, that is why I started calling out some of these people, because they needed to be called out. And like I said, Yellowflah, so many of them. And they're leading into what's been going on currently with Yellowflah. Yellowflah currently has been showing his true colors. About damn time, if you ask me. The guy has been nothing short of a grifter. He's always been a grifter. He jumped onto the I Stand With Vic when he needed to. And now he's just jumping on with Eric July because he thinks it's going to make him more money than he did with anything else. Even if it means torching the ground with torching every goodwill he had with Comicsgate, he feels he needs to do that to make himself look good for EVS. It's like, you're an idiot. But what do you expect? What do you expect from one of the guys who started this whole let's harass all these comic creators and basically make, because I've talked with so many of these comic book creators. I've talked with many of Scott Snyder, for example, would use Yellowflah as one of the go-to examples of people who are, what the problem is. That so many pros, even if they're good people, and he would acknowledge there's probably some good people out there, it doesn't matter. The whole community, the whole group is toxic because of the loudmouth. It doesn't matter if there are good-natured people out there. No one cares when all they see are the annoying, toxic people. Yes, there might be some good-natured people out there. Unfortunately, most of the people that I have followed, I used to follow, that I used to consider friends, have shown themselves to be nothing more than these crazy ideologues. I can count on my one hand the number of people I still am in contact with from the old days. And even then, some of those, I don't even talk to that stretch anymore because they've shown they are still deep in Comicsgate. And I just feel like I might be agree to disagree, but I just cannot stand seeing the stuff you post up. And again, it's like people just keep at it. They just won't stop whatsoever. And I know I'm all over the map. That's what you get with my rant. I'm all over the map because of it. But the fact of the matter is that these guys just are in this for made this the biggest grifting scheme one could ever imagine, because they don't even care about what their original point anymore was, which was to encourage comics to be better. That's what it originally was. Oh, got another tip from Hooded Justice. I'm not even going to read that. I'm not even going to give that a response. Yeah, Comicsgate was supposed to be the safe haven. It stopped being the safe haven the moment they started focusing on their crowdfunded campaigns. I know, Hood, it's still not you. But seriously, it's like, these people just don't care. They say about making comics better, but it's about making themselves famous. Exactly. How is this any different than those comic creators who come on to Marvel or DC to try and get their way into Hollywood? How is this any different? It's not that different at all. And that is, to be fair, I have been outside in the shovel, and it is damn cold. It is like 1 degree outside. Okay, I will not say, oh, most CG has shitty art. No, I will not go that far. For example, hold on a second. Just a second. Yes, Ethan's art is still good. Or you have Mike McMahon. Got him on. Pika, you okay? You keep saying one sec. You also have the artist for Monster MD. Look at that. That's some pretty high quality artwork, if I do say so myself. The Mandy method, pretty much. Just get some good artists on there and then just hope for the best. And again, it's just... So again, there are some good books out there, but there's a reason why... Okay, Pika, cute. I set myself up for that. But like I said, there's a reason now I don't even buy back any comic books Gate anymore. I'm not going to back any more of Ethan stuff. I'm not going to back any more of Ethan stuff. I'm not going to back in I might back a Billy Tucci book if it catches my eye. Because, yeah, that's one thing. I got all 3 of Billy Tucci's She books for the trilogy. Because I felt I bought the first one, I should see it through. But yeah, I'm not... The only crowdfunded books I'm going to be getting these days going forward is just going to be Iconic Comics books. Because that's it. That's the only thing that still has my attention. That's the only thing that still has my interest. Everything else. You have your boy Zach's books. Most of them have been shit these days. And his Jawbreaker stuff, it's taking forever to get those out. Why? Who can say? I'm never going to buy an Eric July book. And there's just so many of these people. Like, I'll say this. Mark Polton, who did the USA and US Assassin book that I just showed, he's good. But he puts out too many books that are all interconnected. It's like, dude, ease up a bit. I can't afford to buy all this stuff. You know, things like that. It's like, come on, people. And again, it stopped being... I am so tired. I am so tired of hearing the same crap over and over. I am so tired of... I can't enjoy anything if these people say is bad. I can't. If I share it, like Carrie had said earlier, people like Noe Obi, if they start saying like, oh, I'm like it is, like you can't like anything from the big two. Why? Yes, it has to be outrageous in part because the actual comics are generally lacking. Yes, exactly. Just like, what does Yellowflah come up with? A freaking Power Ranger ripoff. There's already Radiant Black out there, which is done by a guy who worked on the Power Ranger comics. Way better than anything Yellowflash is going to come up with. And again, Eric July, it sucks, people. His book sucks. It utterly sucks. But people are acting like it's the greatest thing since Watchmen. Why? Because they have no idea what that means. They have no idea about legitimate good quality. If it got them, it was right on their nose, stung them in the nose, and their nose swelled up. Even then, they'd be like, oh, no, I don't know what good quality is. Not really. Steph, you're not that far from what I think a lot of these people are. Basically, unless it brings you outrage, it's either outrage or YouTube merch. And again, I can point out so many good books out here that I am enjoying. And it's like, there's just so much good out there. You have most of what Jeff Johns, Ghost Machine's going to be coming out, Wes, from Jeff Johns and everyone else. It's just, my God almighty. I could show up a bunch of books that came out in the past few years. And yet, I'm pretty sure they'll find some way of calling it woke or shit. I'm sure if I can show them Claws, they'll find some way of saying it's woke or shit, even though it's not. I'm sure I could show them so many other books, and they'll find some way of excusing it, saying, nope, still woke. Nope, still shit. Okay. So what else has happened with Yellowflash and EVS? You want to know, Tris? I can tell you. Basically, Yellowflash brought up how that Ethan was going to charge him $4K for a cover, which is 1/3 of Ethan's cover price. And then Dillard, the artist, started ranting a bit about it, and it's been made clear because here's what Yellowflash has done. Dillard is working for nothing at the moment on the promise the promise that he will get 40% of the profits once the book goes to campaign. So in other words, he's been working 6 months without any upfront payment. And he's just been calling that out. Think about that a second. 6 months without any upfront payment on the promise of getting probably 400K if they can reach a million. Tris, he's being promised and paid with the promise of 40% of the amount, which is under the assumption that they'll reach 1 million. Oh no, figure. It's true. 4K is usually 1/3 Ethan's cover price. Ethan usually covers like 12K, which is standard for a lot of comic artists. But apparently that wasn't enough of a discount for Yellowflah. He wanted it to be cheaper. Now, to be fair, Ethan is also claiming that Dillard is destitute. Whereas Dillard has just come out saying, oh, I'm not destitute, so I don't know where to believe on that. But the fact of the matter is, I feel like here's what he should have done. Pay him 20K or something up front. Then, with the promise of the 40% later on. That's what you should have done. But no, apparently Ethan is figure drawing. For some creators, it is. For some creators, it is. Hey, Tavia. But like I said, fact of the matter is, it's insane. It's insane that these people, that Yellowflah, seeing Yellowflah and so many others just jumping on this bandwagon because, oh, I want to make something new. And it's like, again, it's not even original. It's a Power Rangers knockoff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, exactly, Bianca. Exactly, Bianca. They brought up Brian Pulido's artwork, and he had claimed, oh, this is what's in the new Rainbow Rowell book, where it's like, no, this is from Charles Soleil's book years ago. Okay, figure drawing, I don't know exactly. Sorry, but do you know all comic creators? Because I'm pretty sure I can tell you this. Ryan Stegman, when I first met Ryan Stegman, back before he became a big creator, and he originally charged $50 for a sketch. Nowadays, a big name, almost a couple of hundred. All right, take that into consideration. And I'm pretty sure there's some who do charge through the roof. Now, again, is EBS charging more? Probably. But it's also, he's an independent who's not working for any of the big two. Exactly. He wants high art at a cheap price. Yeah, it pretty much sounds a lot like a communist hominist. You're exactly right. And it's just like, again, you try and bring all this up, and yet these people don't want to listen. They don't want to listen at all. They just want to be mad. Yeah, that's a good point, Tris. Alex Ross does charge about 20K. Why do you think he does? But also, to be fair though, that's all Alex Ross usually does is just cover artwork these days. He doesn't usually do that many interior artwork, so maybe that's he has a right to charge that much. But still. And then you also have those who call out saying, "Oh, you have people like Yellowflah and Eric July trying to complain about people saying, oh, people complain about speed and quality." And when it's like, yeah, look at what happened with iSub. You got it out in time. Looks like shit. Yes, Ethan takes forever. It takes forever to work on it. But was it worth it? Yes and no. I am glad with what I got, but I don't want to do, I'm not going to back anymore because of how long it took. And again, you just have things like that. I keep on saying this. You know what ended up being my gold standard for a lot of crowdfunding books? Any of Doug Naples' books. Why? Because it came out on time. Came up on the highest quality I've ever saw for a book. And it wasn't that bad of a price point. I mean, let me show you. $60. $60. Look at this. $60 for these two books. Great quality. Great quality. Great story. $60. And yet, with Ethan, I got, now granted, I ended up getting a bit more of it in the long run because he kept on adding to it. But initially, it was $60 for two books that weren't even close to the page count on these at all. And again, I still always look at it as a gold standard because $60 for all that ain't bad. That ain't bad whatsoever. And it came in some of the best quality packaging and everything I could ask for. And yet, what do we get from places like Easton and all that stuff? Alex Ross's pencil and inks is greater than his paintings. That's hard to say, though, to be fair, figure drawing. But anyway. Fact of the matter is, this whole thing, this whole shit show that everything has become, it's crap. It's utter crap, but this is crap that I predicted this years ago. Tris, you could agree to this, because I've told you how many times I predicted this. Years ago, I predicted we'd be reaching this point. I predicted that it would lead to infighting. It would lead to caring nothing, to losing their message, to caring about nothing but comments, to caring nothing about but trolling and harassing. And I was right. People kept saying, no, we're not going to lose our way. They lost their way long ago, and it's been getting worse and worse ever since. And I remember that. It was a time when they tried to invite me in the war campaign. I told them no. I told them hell no. But they tried to do that, and I told them right then and there, you guys are just going to lose your way and focus entirely on nothing but trolling and harassment. And like I said, that's what happened. I predicted it, and that's what happened. And it's been getting worse and worse ever since. It's like, good God, people. What the hell? Okay, so I will put out a link if anyone wants to join up. I'm going to just leave it open for a little while. But I get to decide who comes on and who doesn't. Remember, keep that in mind. So if anyone wants to come on and give their own viewpoints and everything, come on, but I reserve the right to refuse. So if anyone wants to come on, hop on in for a little bit. Because I just need to get a lot of that out. I needed to get a lot of that out. So come on board if you guys want to. Oh yeah, good luck to the Lions tonight. I hope so. This is the best year they've had in ages. They actually earned their spot in the finals. Yeah, anyone want to come on? All right, good night, Pika. Michael, we've been saying it'll pass for years now. That's the unfortunate thing. It will pass. It hasn't passed yet. If it's passing, it's the slowest pass ever. But like I said, is anyone going to come on? If not, I'll start wrapping up because I got a lot of most of what I wanted to say out of my system. Exactly, Tris. Tris has had to do a lot of the research and things, and she found out a lot of this stuff. Well, Bianca, if you want to join on, I just put the link up above. If you want to join, if you can join, you're probably still at work, so I understand. But I just got most of what I wanted to say out of my system. I just. Like I said, most of this stuff was tainted from the early days, and it's just been infected ever since. It's an infection that it's terminal. It's a terminal infection that's never going to let go. You're never going to get rid of it. And yeah. Figure drawing again. I've heard of a lot of creators who have done what? Oh, okay. You'll join up, B. That's awesome. Figure drawing, just give it a rest. Tris has actually done a lot of her research into that stuff. She had to for that debate with Shane Davis. Hold on, I'm just looking it up. Hard to find anything at the moment. Watch party. Sure, button, sure. I'm just waiting on Bianca if she wants to join, if she is going to join. Because, like I said, I'm already out of steam, so. It's just crazy. You know what I mean, guys? Just seeing all this, watching everyone just spin around and watching everything going from used to be, we want what's better, to give us money. Give me money. Give me money right now so that we can do whatever we want. That so we can own it, when it's like, you're not even doing that, because if you are, and whatever happened to, we want to make books that are better than the big two. Because I can tell you, I'm sure as hell ain't better than the big two. It isn't. And anyone who says otherwise are just people who haven't even bothered to open up the book and are just claiming it's automatically, because it exists, is better. No. It's insane. It's insane how people are. Oh, hello. Bianca, we having issues again? Oh no, not again. Not again. Hello? Have you tried it on Chrome again? Okay, she's going to try it on Chrome. Give it a moment, guys. There we go.
Restream is being a turd.
It is. But so what's your take on what I've been ranting about?
I missed a majority of it. I was at Home Depot.
Oh, look who else has joined. Hey, Ethan.
How you doing, Robert? How you doing? Yellowflah, you're a fucking bitch.
It's not Ethan. It's not.
Yes, it is me, Robert. Ethan Van Skyver.
No, it is not. No, it's not.
Yes, it is me. Yellowflah, you're a bitch. Hey, what's up?
Hey, dude. It's Hominus, is that you?
Yes, it's me.
I had a feeling. Okay, get it right, dude. We don't need any fakers out here.
Let me.
What? How come on the YouTube it shows me and Hominus's picture backwards?
That is weird.
Wait.
That is really weird. Hold on, let me check.
Hominus, no.
He'll be back. He's just changing the name.
I thought you could do that while you were on stream.
Maybe he couldn't figure that out. But anyway, so what's your, like I said, your take on what I was talking about?
I wasn't here for a good chunk of it, but I'm probably going to say it was correct.
Okay. Well, since you paid attention to a lot of what's been going on with Comicsgate in its later years, I've been following it since pretty much the inception. What's your dealings with it?
Mostly, I just agreed with him with everything, just because.
Did you?
I'm pretty sure a lot of them are still doing that, and I was like, "Wait a minute, let me actually look at this. Let me actually think about it. Let me actually do some research." And then it's the opposite, and I'm just like, "Oh."
These guys are basically hoping no one does the research. That's the issue here. They are hoping that no one does the research whatsoever, and that they just listen and believe to everything they say. We sure know that applies to Eric July.
But I would not be surprised if Ethan charged, 10 to 12K. We also have to remember he has a kid who needs like meds.
Remember, he has a couple kids, but especially the one that's autistic. Yes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure getting stuck with that, especially with some laws being passed in some states, is harder.
Believe me, I've had to deal with that. That's why it was my meds. I've been so short shifted so many times. I'm lucky to get them frequently. Like I wouldn't try to get a refill. I wouldn't be able to get it until this Wednesday. So I've been able to make do for almost a week without meds.
It's all Hominus's fault.
But again, like I said, that's the big folly of all of this. These people just expect us to, like everyone, like I said, take their word as the gospel. Don't bother doing any research, because who cares about the research? You're doing the research for you. Take what we're saying as fact. And have you noticed? No one, not Geeks and Gamers, not Clownfish TV, no one has been saying anything about the upcoming Masters of the Universe Revolution. Why?
Oh, I saw the trailer for that. Oh, it looks so good.
It does. But have you noticed? No one is complaining. No one's saying, it's going to be woke, because if you actually look at the trailer, there's not much you could say about the plot that would say, it's going to be given a Tila, when most of the plot deals with who's going to be the king of Eternia.
Yeah, I was seeing a few clips, earlier clips before the trailer, like months ago, and I was seeing people be like, "Oh, maybe they're finally listening to the fans," and then
Oh,
comments replying to
Yep.
that saying, "I don't know if they're gonna listen to the fans, man." And I'm like, "Well, maybe it's not the fans they're listening to. Maybe this was the story the entire time, and
there
you
was.
know,
I
you just
still
had to
remember.
wait."
And then there were some people I remember saying like, "Oh, this is all we're going to see of He-Man. This is all we're going to see. It's just going to be the Teela show again."
Unless Tila's gonna be king, I don't know, bro.
She's not. She's in fact.
She
No, no,
obviously
no,
is
no,
not,
no.
but that's what makes
The
no
reason-
sense.
The recent trailer shows she's going to become the sorceress of Serpentos.
Orko!
She's gonna be the new sorceress.
Back.
Well, she already is
And-
the new sorceress, but now
and
she's going to
Adam-
ascend.
Adam is gonna be king,
Yeah,
Oh, frick
and
yeah.
Adam and Tila, they are going to.
get married. Exactly. They are following the DC comic much more closely. Like I said, Keith David as Hordak. Perfect casting.
Great casting. Oh, I have a
David
there was
should be on the new Gargoyles live action.
freaking cat get out of my room. I should have closed my door.
By the way, apparently there's going to be a Danny Phantom live action movie in the works.
No. Now 2 of the cats are in my room. No.
Damn cats.
What was that little wizard cute character who died in the first
Orko.
Orko.
He's back. He's in the trailer.
Well,
He
he
was
already
back
came.
in
He was back at the end of the first season.
Dang, I missed that part. But like, I was like, everybody was like, "Well, he died." I'm like, "He's back though."
Well, yeah, he already
stay
came back.
dead.
He already came back.
I have to rewatch it, man. I have to rewatch it as like in one go. My dad said he's gonna do the same because when he doesn't really binge watch. He's not normal. He hasn't normalized binge watching yet because of his jobs, and so he's like, I should rewatch it again because part 2, I remember a lot of action, but I don't remember anything else. But I remember liking it, so I'm gonna watch it again. And I'm like, yeah, we should. And I'm gonna send him the trailer. He's gonna be so hyped. I am so hyped.
But yeah,
Adam being like, should I be He-Man or should I be King? And I'm like, why not both?
Exactly. But like I said, you have so many of these idiots out there who just keep on pushing this everything ain't woke, everything sucks. Or if again, they will keep quiet. Like I gave out an example earlier. Superman and Lois. First season, nothing but positive remarks or very little remarks. The moment the second trailer came out and it said, you're asking me to give my stuff to America, I gave that to the world long ago. Oh, it's anti-American. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's shit now. It's like,
I mean,
you guys never cared.
There's like a lot of Americas.
But I'm saying no, but they're acting like, oh, they were so quick to turn on it. That's the issue. They were so quick to turn on it because that tells you they didn't care. They didn't really care.
Were they angry about the Superman and Lois version of that too?
I'm talking about Superman and Lois.
Oh, I didn't even remember that quote. It was
from the second. It was the second season's trailer.
I didn't watch the trailer of the second season because I'm still on season 2. So I obviously didn't watch the trailer for season 2. I just know that when he was on the news and he was having an interview and they were talking about truth, justice, and the American way, and he's like, oh, I think somebody just wants me to blah blah da 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 da, and I'm like, oh snap.
Yep. But it's like these people, like I said, they don't like it. And I keep on bringing this up. You know the main reason that one show you and Tristan went over, what was it? League of Legends. The character Jinx. Arcane. You know the main reason why everyone adored it? It's because they didn't get hyped up and prepped up to hate it. It just came the hell out of nowhere.
Well, no, I've seen people hating it while it was going on. They're like, yeah, but one of them has blue hair and one of them has pink hair. I'm not going to watch it.
I'm saying the majority, the big names like Clownfish and all that, they didn't hate it because it came right out of nowhere. Most of the time, they are ignoring stuff that they normally would consider woke. If there was advanced trailers, anything to get them all like, oh yeah, I heard my insider say this and that, they'd be trashing it. They would have trashed it until it started doing well, and then they would turn around. I mean, again, look what happened with Mario. Look at what happened with Prey. Look at how quick these guys ought to jump on saying it sucks right before they've ever had a chance to even watch it. They presume suckage. They presume suckage. It's just crazy, isn't it?
Yes.
What's this you're showing? Put it. What the heck is this?
What are you looking at?
Something called Natural Habitat Shorts.
Natural. Oh, I love them.
I don't know what that is.
No, it's an animator who does like animal facts, but the animals are anthropomorphic in a way. And it's like funny.
Right.
I want to see one. Let's watch it.
I just looked at it right now and it's interesting, but again, it's
Kevin, get the fire extinguisher, Kevin. That was my favorite one.
Again, I don't know much about this.
It's educational, but they also try to be funny. They usually have like in the description of with this animal, blah 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 blah.
Right. But again, I just look at so much of this, and again, they're just so quick to jump on the hate bandwagon. They are so quick, and like I ranted about earlier. Remember when they used to say? Do you remember when they used to say that we will give it a chance if it's a new character? Do you remember that?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Do you remember when they used to claim if it's a new character, we'll give it a shot?
Yes, always. They say that all the time.
And yet they don't.
They don't.
Claim, they're shoving it down our throat. It's like, but
diversity character, diversity hire. And I'm like, well, how do you know it's not a diversity hire? They're like, well, we have to know if they were hired because of their talent and not because of their black. But if you keep saying that a person who's black, Asian, Hispanic is automatically a diversity hire, then you don't know because you actually do not know.
Exactly. And how many times do these characters end up being decent or forgettable? One or the other.
Yes.
They don't end up being trash. They rarely end up being trash. Now, again, I've said this before. Are there cases where things are bad? Yeah, Tim Sheridan and Alan Scott. Horrible. Unlike James Tynion, who made it work in the past. By the way, hey, Elazmat, how's it going? But you know what I mean? Tim Sheridan on Alan Scott Green Lantern. The recent miniseries. It completely sucks.
Can you go back to Shazam?
Yeah, he was much better in Shazam, but you got Mark Waid on Shazam.
Oh.
And it's been incredible.
Well, maybe when Mark Waid finishes, Tim can go on that one.
Yeah, because it seems to be the only book he's good at.
Well, again, we gotta try some stuff out, you know?
I know, but like I said, it's just how many times have we been seeing this? Again, we get new characters, and yet you see everyone just jump on saying, it's going to suck. It's like, you said you give it a shot. Nope, get rid of it. Why are they shoving it down our throat? Get rid of it. It's like, you guys have shown, okay, are all these people bigoted, racist, whatever? Some, yes. Others, I am convinced.
Others are just ignorant.
They're ignorant? Yeah, they're all ignorant. Ignorant. Sorry, had to quote South Park. Hello? Bianca?
Yes?
What happened? I heard a clunk on your end.
Don't worry about the clunk.
But like I said, it's like these people just do not want anything good, really. They don't. I cannot think of many people who want anything that's good, because again, they're getting what they wanted. Marvel and DC have become better. Not the greatest it's ever been, but it's still better than the worst it's been. But you're trying to tell them that, they don't listen. Why don't they listen? Because they want to be mad.
Yes. And then move the goalposts, for that James Bond movie, we were told that, she gets given the title. And, after that, nothing, they didn't say anything about it. And then I asked my cousin about it, and he's like, No, they never gave it to her. She was offered it, but she declined. And I was like, oh.
No.
So when I said that on a chat.
Here's what happened. I watched it, the movie, actually, in No Time to Die. She was, she did take the 007 moniker, but that's because no one else was taking it. And Bond had retired. So basically the number was there. They didn't retire the number. She decided, I'm going to take it and prove that I'm worthy of it. But then she eventually gave it to Bond for the final mission.
What?
That's what happened.
And when I told somebody, along that last part, they were like, oh, well, I mean, she was still offered, so it still counts. And I'm like, no, it doesn't.
She wasn't offered. Again, she got it and proved that she was worthy of it. And
she still decided, I'm going to give it back.
Exactly. I decided for this final mission, you deserve to have it back. Now, was she an arrogant ass? Yes, but she was no more arrogant than Bond himself is. And then you have, that actress Tristan likes.
She likes a lot of actresses. Megan Fox?
No. Ana de Armas. She was in that movie. She was great. She was great in that movie.
Which one?
No Time to Die.
Ana de Armas.
Yeah, she was.
That's Spanish for Ana of Weapons.
Really?
Yep. Okay, the armas, it means of weapons.
No, that explains her character as Paloma in No Time to Die. She was the Bianca. She's the actress from Knives Out.
I never saw it.
Oh, she was in that Blonde movie that was about Marilyn Monroe.
Blade Runner with Ryan Gosling. She was
never saw it.
No.
Oh, well, I think I saw Blade Runner 49. I don't remember anything on it, though. I only saw it one time.
She was also in 2 movies with Keanu Reeves.
She's also going to be in Ballerina, the spin-off for John Wick.
I didn't even know about a spin-off.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her filmography. I don't know any of these movies.
You should watch Knives Out. You should. Figure drawing, I'm not going to ask that, all right? Because I don't care.
Jaime Reyes?
I got to watch her movies.
Who else is trying to join? Because
in English, you pronounce it Jaime Reyes, right? But it's Jaime Reyes.
That's what everyone keeps saying. It's Jaime.
Yeah, that's right. Jaime. Like Vita Ayala. You pronounce it Vita Ayala. Or how do you say it in English?
I think for English, it's just Jaime Reyes. Because Jamie is not spelled the same way as Jaime.
Yeah.
People are just
dyslexic. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Sorry about that. But the pronunciation is Jaime Reyes.
That's what everyone keeps saying is Jaime.
Oh, I say it the English way, Jaime Reyes, because I'm lazy. I'm tired. Leave me alone.
Look, I say this. It's whatever.
Take my Spanish card.
I would say it's whatever the creators wanted it to be. All right, and Keith Giffen, God rest his soul, said it was Jaime. It's what it's Keith Giffen, one of the co-creators.
Is he white?
Yes.
Invalid.
So Daniel O'Neill's but not saying both Raish and Ra's al Ghul are just as equally viable. Are invalid because he's white.
Yes.
Well, actually, in Spanish, it's pronounced Ra's al Ghul.
All right, but again, he said both are viable.
Yeah.
One is with the accent, one is without the accent.
Raish and Raz.
Jaime.
Okay, figure drawing, whatever.
Jaime. Hominous.
Yes.
Jaime.
Jaime. That's correct.
But like I've been saying, guys, would you agree though with what that Comicsgate kind of is finally? I think the drain is fine. The fork is finally been undone, and the drain is slowly with this infight. This infighting, it's been a long time coming. Let's be honest.
I mean, they infighted so much they created War Campaign, did they not?
War Campaign was there from the start.
Well,
that's not what the War Campaign says.
Okay, let me rephrase that. From the start, as in when EVS joined.
Makes sense. And then we have the Preston Poulter side, which was also from the infighting, and then so much fighting and fighting, and then I forget about them, and then I'm reminded of them.
Don't get me started.
It was a matter of time. Hey, with Yellowflah in there, it was a matter of time. His entire channel is rage quit.
Again, the moment he said, like I said, I'll bring up again. The moment he said, I don't know much about Doctor Who, but I'm going to still talk about it. Why?
I heard this Doctor Who is really good.
It is good.
It almost makes me want to watch it, and I'm not a Doctor Who fan.
I haven't seen it. So
you should. Opinion. If you have Disney Plus, watch it.
Don't watch the first season.
Oh, the Eccleston one! What the hell?
There's nothing wrong with the actors. It's boring. Me and Tristan didn't even finish the first season.
Wait, you actually tried to watch the first? Wait, old season or new of the or new old Who or new Who?
Season 1.
Series. Okay. Did they have Christopher Eccleston? Did they have these mannequin droids?
I don't remember. I know the girl was blonde.
Then yeah.
Then
yeah, that was Rose, played by Billy Piper.
Oh snap! You guys didn't hear that.
I did.
Yes, we did.
I forgot that came with noise. Well, luckily it was the Netflix noise and not the other noise that everybody knows.
You know what? The mistake of Yellowflah, it was to went public with the prices. Instead of negotiating the price in private.
He just chose to make a big deal and claim Ethan is ripping me off and all that.
Yes. Instead of negotiating the price in private, he went complaining in public.
And then Ethan said, I gave him a discount.
Yeah, and he was, what, a cheaper price?
Yeah, way cheaper.
No. This is business. In business, there is no friends.
Exactly.
You either pay the price. You either pay the price, or negotiate the price, or go with another artist.
Exactly.
But don't go bitching on Twitter about it. It makes you a snitch, Yellowflah.
It makes you a major snitch.
A bitch.
By the way, and again, the fact that his big project is a Power Rangers knockoff.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Well, you gotta make sure you get the money somehow.
I saw the art.
The art's not. I would say Dylan is not a bad artist.
No, I don't
Who's
mean
Dylan?
I don't mean it in that way. I mean it. I saw the post of the drawing.
Can I show you guys something that I've been working on for a while now? This artwork is not mine. It's a friend of mine's artwork. He does the artwork because I can't draw. These are
my eyes. It's so bright.
These are characters, like, for example, this is Ninjetta, a character we've had for years. But this is a version where we have it be where it's set in the far-off future. That's why it's called Space Ninjetta, as a nod to Space Usagi Yojimbo. Oh, look at this. Her dog, she has a dog. His name is Stitch. Yep. It's pretty much based off of Stitch.
Yes, right. You had a lot of references in your script. I still have that. What chapter am I on?
We got some revival. We got some revival ones.
Oh.
And then there's a Sparrow. You want to know what her influence was?
Flying.
Raven.
Of course. Of course.
And then this is Gunner. This guy is named Bolo. We basically came up saying he's basically what if you combine Han Solo with Sully from Monsters Inc.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Han Solo and the Wookiee.
No. Oh, and then this character I know will get people ticked off. You know why? His name's Shift, and he's intentionally non-binary. Why? Because he's a shapeshifter. And I am so tired of shapeshifters having a definitive gender. It's like, why? Why would they?
It's true.
So what he would be, he said, I'm me. That's what he would say is, I'm me. And
Who are you? I'm me.
Then here's Sapphire. And here's another thing I know will get people ticked off. I got a number of lesbian or bi or pansexual characters.
Mm.
And then there's a Spectre, Corinna. And then there's Sabare, who's basically she's a nod to Zatanna.
Ooh, we love Zatanna.
Well, specifically, do you ever watch DC Superhero Girl Show?
First season?
Her look is more off of that version of Zatanna.
Mm.
And then there's the character name is Moon.
You said Moon?
Moon, as in Moonlight Sonata.
Oh.
And then here's
not Moonlight, but somebody named Moonlight Sonata.
That was a nickname given to her by Assassina here, who's a djinn, kind of like like not the genie per se, but more like the Arabic version of a djinn.
Oh, djinns are cool.
And that's her as Assassina, like when djinn, it was Sassy it was surrounding her. Think of it like Venom.
Venom.
And then this is Morrow. This is Morrow. He's some same species as Bolo. And then this is Vasquez. She's of a race I've created long ago, the Garurians.
So wait, what's Bolo again?
Bolo's the guy who looks like I said he's Han Solo mixed with Sully.
No, but what is he?
Oh, they're called Sololians. That's what we call them. we made them up.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess Vasquez is a Garurian, a species we made up long ago.
Dang, I had all these tissues here, and I could have used them today and yesterday. What the heck?
Like I said, you see, though, I have all these characters thought up, and we got. I mean, let me just put it this way: we got. Hold on, let me get back to the top. And this is our character Bible we have.
You got an entire mythos already done.
Yep, we do, and I would love to one day go over this. But yeah, for example, look how many chapters we've got or episodes we've got. Either written or planned to be written.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got things at least we know where our endpoint's going to be for the first big mega arc. So we got a long.
You have 100 pages already done.
Well, that's just of this. That includes talking about the characters. We have voice actors in mind, at least so we can know what we're sounding for.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck? You have to pay $9.99 to play Uno? You would think Uno would be free.
Wait, what?
What?
What are you talking about?
Talking about Uno.
But you see that we have all the character details thought out. We have all of this thought out. This is something I would love to do one day. And as you can see, I have it all set up. If you also notice, not much of a ripoff. I'm just doing original characters. And unlike others, I have it thought out. Ripoff.
Mm-hmm.
And we plan on introducing everything right off the bat. Like our first chapter, we have basically the first 5 chapters would be the equivalent of, if this was a cartoon, the 5-part pilot from the old days. You know what I mean? Because that's what I would have in mind. That tells you guys right there that I have stuff sought out. You don't see that many from these guys do it. They just want to do knockoffs or whatever. Or you get the poor man General Zod mixed with Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, though, because I'll have kids who are non-binary or gay or whatnot, I'm going to be mocked at for it just because from those people who just want to say, how dare you? You're just pandering. It's like, no, the characters just, I go by what J.M. DeMatteis once said. The story dictates to you where to go rather than you dictate the story. And thus the story, as I was coming up with it, I realized it would be more fitting if the character was gay or this and that. I would think it more along those, not like, I got a checkbox I want to mark off. No, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. I hate when they're done as a checkbox.
So let me show you my checkbox.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Oh, Tavia jumped on. Hey, Tavia. Hey, Tavia, we're actually starting to wind down, actually.
Okay.
But do you have your own thoughts on this whole woke, anti-SJW, Yellowflah stuff?
I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm just tired. I'm tired of the word is obsolete. Like I said before, my tweet, I do rambling about the topic. Okay, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just tired. I'm tired.
With you, the sole exception is John Kent, of course.
Well, yeah, that thing point number one, baby.
I'm saying that's the sole exception for you, though. That is the sole exception. If it's except for John Kent, you were so tired of all the other woke stuff. But again, you got to be honest, though. When it comes to all this woke stuff, the problem is that it's so easy to unleash and then so hard to put back in the bag.
Indeed. Also, the word obsolete at this point because
the word is obsolete. The word is beyond obsolete.
No, you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the figure drawing, I'm not going to share this TikTok thing, all right? I'm not.
I don't go on TikTok.
But yeah, like I said, I am just getting so fed up with all of this. And I just want it to stop. I just want it to motherfucking stop. But who knows if it ever really will.
It won't.
It won't.
It won't because they want drama. And
they need drama.
And drama, rage brings the mighty dollar. That's why.
Oh yeah, I mean, and
how many super chats Yellowflah get on his?
Tavia, EBS got 2,000 on his last one.
2,000?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, because
super chats of $2,000.
People are just throwing money. These guys are whale. I can barely send everything out. And notice when I do it for Tris, I usually do the $2 ones.
Same. I usually go with $1 for one car or $2.
Yeah, well, at least with car, you can do $1 and then type whatever you want underneath it. Mm-hmm. I like that. I like that about him doing that. I like that. That's a good setup.
Same. And in case you two watch how it glitches out with me, because that did happen a lot. Actually, when I go to the channel, it glitches out and I can't say anything.
I can barely understand you, Tavia.
All right. Basically, this stupid glitch on YouTube, live chat, playing and sometimes it glitches out. I can't put sentences. I just put one word each, which is so stupid.
It is. I mean, I ask you this, Tavia. Have you seen the trailer for Revolution, Master of the Universe Revolution?
Yeah, I saw it.
Does it look good? Does it look good? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, when it comes out, woke.
Yep.
And yet, I still remember, they didn't say anything about the CGI show. You know why? Because by the time they could have, you already had people among their group who were Reddit fans, and basically people like Compo were saying, crap, we can't trash it. Our Reddit fans are already praising it.
The show is good. It's a good story.
But there was stuff in there. Notice the stuff, they were being hypocrites, though. The stuff they complained about from Revolution, they sidestepped it for the CGI show. Like having a black Tila. Oh, that's fine. It's like, really? But you lost your shit when a Z-list character who you didn't know much about until this stuff. What's her name? Andra or whatever.
Andra, yeah.
Yeah,
Andra.
when she got raised bad, you lost your minds.
Yeah, like that makes no sense. But you can't. But I combine
The
one.
character
thing,
only appeared in a Starlines comic and got mentioned during the Injustice versus Matches of the Universe crossover. Other than that, she never appeared until that show. You have to like, I still remember arguing with people about this crap, saying stuff like, you guys know she barely on. It's the Prince of all the bad, but they make Teela black. Oh, that's fine. What?
And that Masters of the Universe has been canceled. They're not getting another season.
Which is sad. The show was good. I like the CGI show. It was awesome.
Yeah, and oh boy, but of course, could they done much without Kevin?
Yeah.
As Hordak?
No. I didn't even know what Kevin Conrad Hordak. I know him.
He was Hordak in the CGI show.
He was.
That could have been awesome, but no.
We're gonna have to replace with Mark Hamill.
No, Martin Scotor. Not the CGI show, in the Wolverine show.
Oh, I gotta say, I'm so glad we're gonna have Mark Hamill versus William Shatner in Revolution.
That's cool.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start wrapping up. Actually, guys, I'm getting a little exhausted. I plan on recording with Steph and Pika later. So not Pika, Doxy. Why I say, yeah. So I'll be seeing you guys all on the next one. Thank you for indulging me in my rant. I just need to get this out of my system. I just been so fed up with all this bullshit.
And remember, kids, Yellowflah is a bitch.
Until
next time.
And just a reminder as well, he's already proven focusing on nothing but outrage will eventually just turn you into someone nobody likes.
And blow up in your face, literally.
Exactly. So see you guys.